What lead? What lead? I didn't see any lead. It dissipated in a hurry. I think we just let down offensively more than anything. Defensively, we still played pretty tough, but they started making some threes. And when you make threes and you don't answer any of those calls, instead of, us being down, 12 or 14, all of a sudden it's back to 7 or 6, and then they've got all the momentum. And that's what we talked about is we created that momentum in the first half, and we let them create the momentum in the second half. And you just can't do that. And luckily we got some composure back at the end, and guys hit some free throws.
How about the first half that Joe had?
He was solid, but I didn't notice if it was all Joseph. I really didn't. I didn't know who was doing it. I just looked up and saw, hey, we got a good lead.
And that was the thing too. I mean, he had the 40 points, but at no point did it seem like he was taking over. It was all the flow of the game.
Exactly, and that's the type of player he is. He's very good in our offense. Our offense is geared to open people up at different times, and whether it's Bishop inside or Wyatt inside or Joe on the outside. Carson hit a couple of big threes there for us. The guys made good choices, and I think Joseph a few times was feeling pretty good, and he got a little out of control and lost his balance on a few. But I guess I'll take that.
So after that lead slipped away, just talk about what it took and composure you guys showed there at the end, especially in this atmosphere, to be able to close it out.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. I felt really good about how once they got tied to us, or maybe they even took the lead one time, I don't know, but once it got back to 0-0, we seemed to regain our focus and play a little tougher again. We were letting them attack us. Instead, we started attacking them again. And so I was really pleased at how they responded. I told them, just don't do that next time, because that's hard on this guy's heart.
Right.
Okay?
What was it like to be in an atmosphere like this again? We obviously didn't get this from Hart Shelby last season.
Well, I think this is what we miss. This is what we miss. I wish it feels like Friday night. We had it last Friday night too, when we played Whitehall or whoever it was we played, and it was just awesome atmosphere. And we'll have it again this Friday when we play Oak Ridge. It's at our place, and the crowd will be there, and it's just when you have as many good, solid teams as the West Michigan Conference does this year, you're going to see some great basketball. So you might as well come and watch.
Did you anticipate you'd only be one game behind?
No, I anticipated we'd be one game ahead. Okay.
Last question for me anyway. Down the stretch, Hayes made a ton of free throws.
Yeah.
They kept fouling, and he just seemed composed the whole time. If you watch the kid shoot a free throw, eyes locked. I mean, he was just not frustrated at all. Talk about what kind of kid he is to be able to compose himself.
That's the type of kid he is. The whole game he plays that way. Even when he made some mistakes, he doesn't let it bother him. He made a couple of turnovers that were uncharacteristic of him. He didn't let it bother him, and we've been working on his free throws, and he feels real comfortable with those now. And obviously, I want him with the ball at the end. He gave it up to Wyatt there at the end, and they fouled Wyatt before Joe could get it back. And I called him over and I said, Joe, you got to get it back quicker. And Wyatt fortunately made one or two, so that was a big free throw. But no, Joe's a very composed young man, and I trust him. His teammates trust him. He can pass, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can rebound. He's like Parker. Parker's a very multi-dimensional player. I think two of the best players in the league as far as basketball players. Maybe not the best overall athletes, but good, solid basketball players.
All right, thanks.
Fun to watch.